Up first this evening, the government will be heightening its surveillance for malaria at the ports as it increases measures to stop the disease from entering the island. Part of the measure will include increased checks by the ports by health officials, and there is a warning that travelers will face delays as a result. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says persons traveling from countries that are vulnerable to malaria will be targeted. TVJ's Shamala Pullen reports.
Within the last 3 months, there have been 2 reported cases of imported malaria into the island. This has caused fear and worry among some Jamaicans. Since then, the Health Ministry has stepped up surveillance activities at all ports of entry. But Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says situations like these oftentimes trigger greater alertness, and so it can delay processing times at these facilities.
So what you find is that persons coming into the island, and we have an active, overseas travel industry, want to get through the airports very quickly.
Dr. Tufton says if this is not done, then the entire population will be at risk. He says health officials have been targeting travelers from specific countries where malaria is most vulnerable.
So all the continents would have areas that are vulnerable. Again, we have the capacity based on our membership in global health organizations, WHO, PAHO, to know where the vulnerable countries are.
According to the World Health Organization, WHO, and Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Honduras, and Guatemala are regional countries where malaria is prevalent. So if you're coming from a country where malaria is not endemic, the process could be a lot easier. If not, Dr. Tufton says proper assessment will have to be done and the appropriate measures taken.
So they may observe the person sweating, for example, and examine the passport and determine by a passport examination that this person is from a country affected or has been in that country over the past few weeks or so. They could say, can you step into the room? They could check the temperature. They could do a checkup. That could last half an hour. If, on the other hand, the person seems healthy based on observation and questions are answered satisfactorily, the person could go through in 5 minutes.
Dr. Tufton says the Health Ministry continues to monitor the situation and will take additional steps where necessary.
We do have an infrastructure in Jamaica that we have set up, which was heightened when we had the Ebola outbreak in Africa, where we have set up some isolation areas which would allow persons who have highly contagious ailments to be placed in those isolation chambers or areas. And again, from time to time, we continue to examine and review those processes.
Shamala Pullen, TVJ News.